Okay, I'm on my Sith Sorcerer here. I'm about to do the final quest in the Chapter 1 Sith Inquisitor story. And I'm having a little bit of trouble on the way here. I'll explain in a minute. It's called a cannot see target bug. If you try to hit something and there's an object between you blocking your view, line of sight, you won't be able to do anything, and the game will tell you cannot see target. However, there's a bug where it happens when there's nothing there. I've encountered it rarely in the game, but I have encountered it, and I really saw it a lot on my way here. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen on the end fight. Maybe we'll see some damage over time abilities. I will do a video just about that. See this guy on the left I'm attacking? I just hit him with Force Lightning, but I put my dot on him. And now I'm just going to fight other enemies, and I'm going to let that dot kill him. You'll see. If now I go after other enemies, that guy's just going to drop eventually. And yeah, he dropped, and that's what damage over time can do. You can actually put dots on multiple enemies, and they're all taking damage while you're going from enemy to enemy. You can do that and start healing your companion or whatever. This isn't really a dot class or a dot spec I'm playing, but I do have a few dot abilities. The Madness tree for the Sorcerer specializes in dots. Okay, now we have a gold up here and some helpers. I'm going to mez the gold. My AoE, my companion's AoE attacks are turned off, so he does not break mezes. I typically do that. I only put them on if I know it's not going to be a problem. You see my video I did on CC abilities. You'll know that a mez and a sap can be broken by damage, unlike a hard stun. Okay, so we'll take this guy. So I'm frequently using a dot attack too, along with my lightning. And you will see a sort of purple haze or glow around my enemies when there's a dot on them from the Sorcerer. And it's a visual indicator that there's a damage over time effect on them. And also, above their portrait, if you target them, there will be a debuff icon showing that there's a damage over time on them. Same thing will happen to you or your companion or to a friend of yours. If you target them, you'll be able to see if they have a buff or a debuff. Okay, he's getting down there. I typically switch between damage and healing my companion. And it's not necessary. I mean, you can let your companion die if you want, so long as you win the fight. A win is a win, so to speak. That's just not my style. It's not what I prefer. I know people who routinely do that. They just routinely sacrifice their companions. And now we have a little bit of a... This could be a tough fight for some people. It's a gold and silver up here. I am going to mez the gold as usual, and then go for the silver. So, and the silver's a healer. Okay, so we're going to have to interrupt her heals. Fighting a healer can be a mess if you don't interrupt the heals. Not necessarily, you can often kill them through their heals, but it can make it long. And if you don't have any crowd control abilities, it makes the fight really nasty because they will heal not just themselves, but heal their allies. And there's that heal. I'm going to interrupt. And every heal I'm going to try to interrupt, but I might miss some. This is kind of why I don't like my power tech. It's a bounty hunter, the advanced class power tech. Very fun weapons, really fun to play, but it has very limited CC abilities, and it's just something that I really enjoy, having good CC abilities. I have fights like this with a healer silver and a gold, or maybe more, and it's just a mess trying to burn down the healers fast, and everything, since there's no CC, everything is free to pound on you during the entire fight until you take them out. And yeah, it's doable. I've done it many times, but it's just not as enjoyable for me. It feels really chaotic. So I'm sort of biased towards classes that do have CC abilities, and as you can probably tell from watching my videos, I'm a heal freak too. It's just my style. You can see my damage over time on this guy. I keep putting dots on him, switching back between checking on my companion and doing damage to my enemy. I may have a little more to do here yet before I get to the boss fight. I haven't encountered the can't see target bug yet. Cannot see target. So maybe I'm out of the woods on that, but it happened several times on the way here. They tend to be localized. The other times I have encountered that bug, they were always within a sort of limited area, and quite chronic in those areas. Okay, we have another silver elite up there, which will no doubt be a healer. She is. So we want to mez her and attack the other ones that are with her, the normal ones, and cannot see target. Oh my god. And so you can see there is nothing there between us. There's just floor. And still, I can't see her. I can't stop her heals. I can't do anything. Now suddenly it works. After the other guy's dead. That is the bug though. And it's quite annoying. I'm hoping it doesn't happen on the boss fight here, which would be really a mess, since bosses tend to be pretty destructive, pretty powerful. And this might be the end of the preliminaries for that fight. I think it is. The minimap seems to indicate I'm up to the point where I'm going to meet my master, Darth Zash. He most likely has dire plans for me. Okay, interrupt her stuff. She can't heal. And she's just about done. And then I will probably cut to... Yes, it looks like it's right up there. See the end of the hallway there? That will be the inner chamber, I'm pretty sure. I've done other quests in this area before. This is an instance, so no one else can get in here unless they're in a group with me. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm going to cut. Okay, up ahead is Darth Zash, and I'm going to do something a little different here. I want to show you a little bit about controlling your companion in the stances. I will do a video devoted solely to that, but I am going to change my companions. Oops, nope, I want to get out of this. I don't want to start the fight just yet. I want to show you how to set your companion's abilities. You can expand their toolbar, their attack bar, so to speak, which I'm going to do, and he is in tanking stance, so use him as a tank. He generates all the threat, and basically all the attacks get sent to him. I'm going to turn on a couple of attacks, a couple extra attacks that affect the multiple enemies. It won't be a problem here of breaking AoE, since I'm going to be fighting one enemy, and I'm going to put him in a DPS stance. And the reason for this is I know she is a sorcerer, and she's going to use some area attacks, and I'm hoping she targets me with them. I will know to run out of the center of that attack. My companion will not. He will stand there if he is targeted by an AoE attack. Now, I can put him on passive and have him run back at me, but it tends to be very difficult to micromanage that way, and sometimes it doesn't happen quite quick enough. They still get hit by the AoE. So I'm going to do that. And it's not typical for me to do that, but in this fight I think it might be useful. Sometimes it makes sense to change the stance of your companion. All companions will have two stances, and they will vary from companion to companion. There he is in his DPS stance now. He has a tank and DPS, others have a heal and DPS, or an AoE and single target damage DPS stance. I will show you that more later. Okay, here it goes.
Marvelous power radiate. You possess great power, certainly. But the teachings of Korriban seem to have had scant influence on you. How many times did you have the option to expand your power and yet stayed your hand? Do you really know what it means to be Sith?
A Sith follows his heart.
Yes. There is only passion. But do not forget, through passion I gain strength. Through strength, power. Passion is the method. Power, the end. I've arranged for you to receive the title of Lord of the Sith. I hope you realize what an honor and responsibility it is. As a Darth, I answer only to Darth Thanaton, who answers to the Dark Council. As a Lord, you're only one step below that, and you tower above many.
The power is mine.
Do not get ahead of yourself, apprentice. There is still the ritual to undergo. And I'll warn you, the ritual may prove a trying experience. But once it's done, you will be truly great, truly powerful.
If by powerful you mean dead.
Apprentice, where did you get an idea like that? When have I ever tried to do you harm? The truth is, I have not been completely honest with you. I wish I could have been, but the timing was not right. Look at me, apprentice. I am sorry to have concealed it from you for so long, but it was such
Normally
a
Darth
vanity
Zash is
to
quite
share
beautiful,
in your
but like
youth.
Emperor Palpatine,
Why are
she
you
is
showing me
hiding
this
her
now?
corruption.
Listen, apprentice. Various Force rituals have helped me maintain my appearance and some of my vitality. But inevitably, life fades. I'm dying, apprentice. My will, my intellect, my spirit are as lively as ever. But this body is dying.
Too bad you can't just order a new one.
But apprentice, that's exactly what I've done. Be prepared. As the ritual ends, you will likely see me collapse before you feel it taking effect. Do not panic. Know that this is what I have trained you for, primed you for, from the start.
This doesn't sound promising.
Don't worry. I imagine it will be just like falling asleep. We will accomplish so much once I am in command of that wonderful vessel of yours. Just hold still.
Here we go. He just stood in that AoE, but I stopped it. That one, I couldn't get in time. Global cooldowns can make it a problem. You'll see when that bar passes through all of my abilities, nothing can be used during that. So sometimes you end up missing an interrupt simply because of that. But we're doing good. She's done. The apprentice beats the master. This isn't over yet. I believe there will be a cinematic.
You can't stop this ritual from happening.
Apprentice! What have you done to me? Why couldn't you just hold still for a few moments longer? Why couldn't you call your monster off?
I need to learn that ritual.
That monster broke through my defenses, interrupted my concentration, diverted the entire ritual. 5 years of preparation, finding the right person, training them, researching the artifacts, gathering them, wasted! You were my legacy, my one chance to defeat death! You fool! You have ruined everything!
Go away and give me Kem back.
No, apprentice. It looks like you're stuck with me now. But I wonder how powerful your friend Kem was. Powerful enough to punish you for your rebellion.
I defeated the Deshard once. I can do it again.
What is this? Why can't I hurt you? That bond. That damn bond. How can your will be stronger than my own? I am the master, not you.
This is what we call a classic reversal of fortune.
So I get Kem back, it looks like. Good.
Panabidu baby pugdu gas fantan. Swaiwai silbans in iswish paman ik alkas jam guidis intis isvares.
Is that you, my morose monster?
Unswekon pose warp by nupai insads jains ones jan. Mat insok ja himan kudana ja ayun pro kumana.
I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Think about it, flesh of my flesh. Zash claimed to have wanted to steal your body for herself, and just now she spoke to you from the Deshard.
Manzgasai.
Protest all you like.
The ghost of my ancestor, cursed throughout the story.
Your ancient master's artifact has been turned against you. And through some strange and miraculous trick, neither you nor Zash have full control.
Will someone please wake me up when everything's normal again?
The Force is complex, a mystery. There are none who understand it completely. Be content in your victory. Flesh of my flesh, you have defeated your master. The great danger that I feared is past. Your rise to glory complete. I don't know whether we will chance to meet again on this side of death, but I am at peace. I came to say goodbye, and good luck.
I'll see you around then.
You are Lord Kalik now. It was once a glorious name. Use it well.
I'm telling you, Corrin, Zash is not all there. All this talk about dreams, it's nonsense.
No, Carl. I saw Zash enter, and we both saw her first apprentice go in later.
If I went around expecting everything I dreamt to come true,
Look, Carl.
Darth Zash, you murdered her.
I'll finish you off just as easily.
Hold your weapon, Carl. This is not what Zash wanted. My lord, we have not met, but Carl and I are Zash's newest apprentices. She honored us by telling us about a prophecy, a dream she had, one that has now been fulfilled by you.
By all means, continue.
Darth Zash dreamt that her strongest apprentice would eventually rise to destroy her, but she also foresaw that the same apprentice would rise to bring new glory and strength to a fragmented Sith Order. She went knowingly to her death at your hand, so that you could lead the Sith to glory.
I have no idea what you're saying.
We have been anticipating this day since Zash first leaked the rumors of your incredible triumph over Darth Swtor. Zash answered to Darth Thanaton on the Dark Council. He'll want to speak to you, but we are your servants.
I will see this Thanaton, and then our work can begin.
Yes, my lord.
Now what are the rest of you staring at? Bow to your new master.
And that's it. No longer an apprentice, I am now a Lord of the Sith. So from here it will be off to Chapter 2. I will be going to the planet of Taris pretty soon, although I believe there's more in Dromund Kaas, the capital of the Sith Empire. So I will be back with more later.